We're going to talk about some custom fields in the CRM that allowed me to get a $25,000 gig and a funny story about my mom.
How'd you do that?
I see that success is not something you pursue, it is something you are.
All right, so first I want to talk about this thing that my mom used to do when we were kids. So there's me and my brother, and we're little kids, and every time we would go to sleep, our mom would always say, she would say to me like, she'd be like, you know you're my favorite, right? And then when she'd go to my brother's bed, to his room, she'd be like, you know you're my favorite, right? And so she'd say the same thing to both of us, and we would think like, oh yeah, I'm the favorite, and she likes me more than him. And so she would do that constantly, to where she would keep saying, oh, you know you're my favorite, right? And so this leads me to the whole CRM thing, because this is what allowed me to get the $25,000 gig, where I created custom fields in the CRM that allowed me to segment the way I talk to people so I could actually book the events more efficiently. So if you make your message specific to them, then you're much more likely to get hired, because in my CRM, I have different fields. I have like big events, something I call big events, or speaking, entertainment, sales events. So I created like these custom fields inside of the events, and that way, when I think in terms of a big event, I think $20,000, $25,000 and up. So if I tag something as a big event, that means that the way I talk to them, the way I market to them is going to be very different, and it's a longer process. So to me it doesn't matter if it's a year, 2 years, however long, it doesn't matter, because I know it's a longer process. And so what happens is I make notes on these big events. I make more notes on these events so I can contact them differently, so I can talk to them differently, and I say, okay, they hired Tony Robbins last year, they hired this guy before, oh, they hired this guy. So I make all these notes in the CRM, and it has way more notes. And I also set up the follow-up dates where it's really different. So the follow-up dates are more spaced out. It's not like I'm contacting them 2-3 times a week. So it's spaced out in terms of months and then years and things like that. And then also, if I need to create a separate website just for this one event, I will create a separate website or a separate landing page where it specifically talks about, hey, last year you hired so-and-so, and it's literally specific to this event. So with the entertainment though, when I tag something as entertainment, I know that I'm going to talk to them in terms of, okay, this is clean entertainment, interactive, engaging, that sort of stuff, because I know that the corporate market, they love the whole clean stuff. They don't want you to cuss, offend anybody, things like that. So I'll talk to them differently. And even when I thought in terms of trade shows, and I almost started doing trade shows, I thought, okay, I'm going to segment these guys. And the way that whole process was going to work was I was going to send the email out, and then we were going to talk to them on the phone and pitch them on the presentation on the phone and kind of really customize it on the phone. And so all of this it happens because because I segment the way I talk to people and what the event is. And when I talk to sales events, so I have another tag for sales events. When I talk to them, I talk to them differently. And basically, you got to think in terms of segmenting your market, where you can do sales events, church events. If you got churches, you can do regular keynotes and have big events like how I have in there. It can be different segments, and then you're going to talk to every single one of them differently, as long as you understand how you need to talk to them. So really just change how you talk to people, and you'll be much more effective. And that's really how I use custom fields in my CRM to get the $25,000 gig.